What's going on, everybody? Vince Goodrum here. It is Sunday evening, and I do apologize. I've not been making many videos the past couple of days. I've actually came down with a serious cold, as well as in my previous video, dealing with my issues with my stepdad. But I'm now feeling a lot better. Just got out of the sauna, so I may look a little silky at the present time there, which will wear off there. It's always good to make sure that you moisturize your skin whenever you get out of any shower or anything like that. And, that just keeps your skin healthy. But, the reason why I'm making this video is, honestly, I've been meaning to address this for the past week and a half. But, we've been dealing with Big Rob and Jay Masters and everything like that. But, I'm going to actually get off subject because I mentioned before that I actually had a new bone to pick with a certain person. And he has nothing to do with the fitness community. So guys, I don't want you going and doing an Order 66 on the guy. This is actually a guy that runs a watch channel by the name of It's Complicated. And I'm just going to give you a brief synopsis as to what it basically went down. This is not going to become a watch channel, but I want to address this individual because he literally pissed me off there with his comments here. So I'm going to tell you guys basically what happened. So a while back, about a month or two ago, I made a video about Jason Genova and his fake Rolex watch there. It was a very popular video, and I got a lot of accolades for it. And I got some comments from a certain group of people stating that, man, you sure do know your watches there. Do you collect Rolexes? And my answer was no. I'm actually an Invicta watch collector. Some of you guys may not know this there, but I actually collect Invicta watches. I have had Rolexes, but mainly just like most other things at estate sales. I'll actually resell those for monetary purposes for profit whenever they come about. Usually I have to repair the watches. Most of the time I get Rolex Air Kings and other vintage watches that are in the $1,000 range. I don't really go for Submariners or anything like that. But I'm actually an Invicta watch collector. So what had subsequently happened, people started, knocking me for having Invicta watches, which I have no problem with whatsoever there. That's my own business. And after all, I got these guns. What they gonna do to me? But, I started getting a couple of comments from a couple of people there and a couple of links to certain videos to other people that was disrespecting Invicta watches there. Which, like I said again, I didn't have no problem with. Except for one person. And that was this guy named It's Complicated. It's a fat, chunky looking dude there. His shirt's all hanging out. He looks kind of sloppy. Looks like he's been eating ham sandwiches for the past couple of years. And this guy, he goes and disses Invicta watches. Again, no problem with that. But here's my bone to pick there with them there. He decided to go and talk shit about Invicta watch collectors and Invicta watch owners. Like me. Now, you can always talk shit about the watch itself. You can talk shit about the company there. And you can say they have some ugly ass watches. I agree with them. If anyone's seen an Invicta Russian diver watch, I think that is the biggest, ugliest piece of shit that I've ever seen there. But this guy, he actually goes and talks shit about the watch owners and watch collectors. And says he feels sorry for them and made some other disparaging comments. So I go right back to him saying, hey man, I understand you don't like Invicta watches, but why are you talking shit about watch collectors for, And he goes and responds to me talking shit there, basically. So it's my duty to actually respond to this motherfucker here. So let me tell you something here is complicated. You are the quintessential reason why people like Jason Genova went and decided to go out there and get fake Rolexes. You're actually the catalyst to this particular issue, and you don't even realize it. The reason being is people buy Rolexes not because they're great watches. I mean, they are handcrafted and there's some Felipe watches that are a lot better. But, the reason why people buy Rolexes is because it's a status symbol. That's why they buy them there. Uh, and people like you that are watch snobs that look down on other people that wear other different type of watches, you talk so much shit about having to have a Rolex. You're nothing without a Rolex. That it inclines people like Genova to go out there and get fake Rolexes and stuff. And that, my friend, is actually kind of wrong. And not only that, you're also wrong about, Invicta watch collectors. Now, me, as you can tell right now, I actually have one of those watches that you hate. This is an Invicta Reserve Zeus Volt Magnum. I have it in custom black and red. Now, it may look tiny on other people's arms, but, when you look at my arms, of course, there, my arms are not tiny whatsoever, so the watch actually looks good on me there. A lot of bodybuilders and athletes wear Invicta watches because they're big watches, and we got big arms and big biceps, so they look proper on us. If we wear a smaller watch, like a 38 millimeter, for example, it's going to look kind of puny there, and it's not going to make much sense there. So there is a purpose for big watches. Now, subsequently, even with that being said, there's other smaller watches this here. Invicta Speedway. I mean, I do have a Movado watch, This is actually also an Invicta watch as well. This is a Simon Kaufman. Like I said, I'll go and show off my watches. I mean, I got, a Movado museum watch, I have probably a total of about 10 different Invicta watches, a couple, 2 Movados, a couple Kyoseras, and I got a couple beater watches similar to Daniel Wellington watches here. But, we're getting off subject here. My point to is complicated is, you can talk shit about the watches, but don't talk shit about the owners, man. You know what I'm saying? And you're up there talking about if you ever ran into one of us in the streets, what would happen if you went up to me, and ran into me in the street? Would you talk shit to me? I don't think so. You're all talk on these videos, but if you actually go and meet someone in person, I think you'd be quivering in your boots here. I honestly think that you're not man enough to wear one of these Invicta Zeus Bolt Magnum watches here. As far as, whether something's beautiful or ugly, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I always say, wear what the fuck you want to wear. If you want to wear an Invicta watch, fine. If you want to wear a Seiko watch, wear a Seiko watch. You want to wear a Casio watch, wear a Casio watch. Timex, it doesn't really matter. Everyone's going to have different tastes and opinions in terms of watches, but at no point in time do you have the right to talk about the person itself wearing the watch there. Not everyone has to own a Rolex there. Some people would rather spend their money taking care of their family and their kids rather than worrying about some fucking status symbol such as a Rolex Submariner. And in actuality, I actually have the money to buy a Rolex, but if I was going to buy a luxury watch, I'd probably get a Nomos. I don't have really much respect for Rolex there, simply for the fact is that for 12,000 bucks you can get a Submariner, but I don't see any value of actually having one there. I mean, I don't think it's no big deal, and if I was going to get something, I would probably get the modern equivalent, something that would be worth money in the future, and that would be a Nomos. Nomos is an awesome company. You guys should check it out there. They're doing things the right way. In about 50 years, their watches are going to be worth a lot of money there. But ultimately, this video is complicated. Dude, like I said, I don't run no watch channel or anything like that. This is a fitness comedy channel. But I'll tell you right now, man, you need to quit talking shit about people there. People can wear whatever the fuck they want to wear. You have no right to go and put someone down just because they wear something different. And in fact, a lot of times you don't even have the watches that you talk about on your videos here. You go and talk about watches, but you don't even have them there. I'm sure you may have one Rolex or two, but that doesn't make you any better than anyone else here. And quite frankly, judging by your appearance, I think you need to spend less money on Rolexes and more money getting some Jenny Craig and hitting the gym there. A gym membership doesn't cost that much. It definitely doesn't cost the same as a Rolex watch. So if I was you, I'd spend less on watches and more on gym memberships here. But even if you decide not to go to the gym, do yourself a favor and do us a favor. Don't fuck with Invicta watch collectors. You're welcome to fuck with Invicta watches here. You're welcome to talk shit about the watches. Hey, there's even Invicta watches I don't like I mentioned before, the Russian Diver. That's an ugly ass fucking watch, and some of them are oversized, like the Sea Hunter. But at the same time, when you go and start talking about the people, you know, that's just being a complete snob and a fucking asshole there. You know, and that's just unacceptable on any channel, regardless as to what you have. So, when you get this video and take a look at it, you know, just think about it for a bit, you know, and I think you actually honestly owe an apology to Invicta watch collectors for up there talking shit, you know. Because like I said before, you know, I have no issue with you talking shit about the watches, but when you start talking about the people, that's a problem there. That's what I call snobbery, you know, and, you know, that's just not right, basically. But that's all I got to say on this video today. Like I said, this will be the only video I'll make about this because this is not a fucking watch channel. I may show some other videos, you know, going over a couple of my watches and everything like that. But other than that, you guys take care.